Come on, get out of the way. Right. Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Roden 132nd Albatros DIII buddy build with me and the budget modeler. Which way?
I'm over here. Hello, morning, Mikey. How you doing?
I'm all right. You? How are you?
Yeah, I was good. Thank you. Sorry, just messaging the wife to tell her I'm live. So, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm good. Just tired, but I'm good.
Cool. Is your beard getting longer?
Possibly.
Are you going to patch it? Like
the wife keeps doing this with it.
Like the Vikings do.
Yeah.
Have two.
I need the size to get longer first, though. What have you been up to this week?
This week, doing Models Hero shows, working on the Cauldron. That's coming along in leaps and bounds. The rigging. Been doing rigging this morning on it, and my eyes are going crossed. But yeah, it's going great guns. Haven't touched the Albatros since last week. The voyage is on hold at the moment because Steve's got some stuff he's got to sort out. So we'll put that on hold for a moment. Mm-hmm. And I'll probably carry on with the Agora on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, unless you want to do this one on Tuesday.
Yeah, can do.
Cool. Then we can get it cracked quicker.
Yeah.
How are you then? What have you been up to this week?
Well, I spent Monday reading a book because I started reading the Hornblower series by C.S. Forrester.
Oh, yeah.
Because I decided I need to start setting a time specifically to read rather than sitting at the bench all the time. I've done some work on my Centurion, which is coming along well. It's just up to the painting stage now.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, I was working on this with John and Gary. Switch the cameras. Ding.
Sorry, I'll put that on silent.
There you go. That's all right.
Oh, wrong one. That one. Ooh, very nice. Oh, brings back memories. Nice.
You're in the war.
Did you wrap the exhaust with cotton?
I did.
Good. To emulate the asbestos.
Yeah. I just got to paint it.
Cool. That's looking really good, mate.
Thank you. So, yeah, done that. I've not done anything on the Albatros, but I've got a few little things to do before I can paint it. So I'll do them today, and then when we're offline, I'll, prime it.
Cool.
Yeah. So, what's your plans for today?
Oh,
the model.
Got a quick question. What are those little stickers for on your desk?
That them.
Yep.
It's for when I was putting the tracks together for this.
Ah.
So I knew exactly where link number 1 was and number 60 was.
Got ya. So
I could just, rather than count them out each time, I could do the first one and then just build the second one.
Ah, got ya. Nice idea.
And my idea of putting cotton along the tracks has worked very well.
What do you mean?
Built the track, put it upside down, so the contact surface is down on the desk.
Mm-hmm.
Put a length of cotton along it, and put a little dab of super glue on each link, so that it holds so then, because they're clipped together, when you're wrapping them around, they don't come apart. And even if they come apart, they stay together. If you know what I mean.
That is a brilliant idea.
It works.
Nice. I like that idea. I should have done that on a bloody King Tiger that I did. Horrible thing.
Yeah. So I was sat on camera yesterday, and I said, "Look, it works," and I was wiggling it around. And even if they come unclipped, they still look like they're together because they're the same distance apart.
Good idea. I like that. Nice idea. Cool. Thanks for that.
It's all right. Even the newbies teach people something. The good ideas.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the thing. Am I still a newbie after a year and a half? No. So, what are you planning to do today with the Albatros?
Right, let me just flick camera. So, quick one. You may have seen my video that I put out this week. I've done some. Come on out. I've done some jigs because you see people, and especially a lot of World War I models, when they make them, all they do is just guesstimate how long they are. Yeah. So I've made some rod, or well, I don't know whether it'll cut rod because I haven't tried yet. Probably because I haven't got any rod. I've made some jigs. So let me hold one up. This is crumbs. Right, there we go. That's a 4mm jig. So let me get my pointy tool. So your brass tube goes in there. Your knife blade goes across there, and you roll the knife blade backwards and forwards. And what it does is it scores the tubing.
Right.
Then you get a pair of pliers. I use these. These are flat ones, so the contact surface is flat, not the ribbed one, because they will put horrible marks on your bit of rod. And then you just go dink, and it comes off. I'm just wondering if I've got any I can show you. Here we go. This will do. So I want a 4mm section.
Yep.
So pop that in there. I take a kniff, if I can find a
kniffy.
A kniffy. A kniffy, kanoffy, kanaffy, canoe. Hoping I can find one. There we go. Right. Do not use a sharp one.
No.
Because what you're trying to do is you're just trying to score it. And then you pop it in there and then you go up. And I've pressed too hard. And there you go. That is a 4mm tube. And it keeps the hole in there. So you can just about, there you go. You can just about see the hole on the end.
Yeah.
It allows you to thread through it. So yeah, I made a load of these and I put a video out. So I now have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6mm, and they're dead easy to make.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is because I make so many World War I aircraft. They're going to be ideal for me. So yeah.
Excellent.
So that's another thing I did this week. Did you see the Cauldron wing struts last week? I've done those, hadn't I?
Don't think I have.
Oh, right. That's those.
Oh, yeah.
Should
They look good.
Thank you. That's what they're done. And this morning, I was yesterday and this morning. I've been doing. Look at all this lot. That's the thing about rigging. You always get this lot.
Yeah.
But you've got the lower ones that are done there.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Just put all that side's done. Crumbs, and I've done up to there, so I've got the rest of these to do.
Yeah.
And then
what diameter wire is that?
That's a very good question. Well presented. I don't have a clue. But I can tell you it's £2 strain.
Right.
It's fishing wire.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's. It's probably stupidly, ridiculously thin.
Yeah.
But I just went. I didn't go in a fishing shop. My father-in-law's a keen fisherman.
Yeah.
And when he changes his line, I said, "What's the thinnest you've got?" He said, £2 breaking strain. So let's have a look. And he showed me. I went, "Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's 0.12, 11, 12, something like that. So call it 0.1 mil.
Yeah.
So very fine. So I've got that for the main rigging, but the control lines I've got is 0.2.
Yeah.
So you can see the difference. The control lines would have been a lot thicker.
See, the one I've got is the ammo 0.3, 0.03.
Oh yeah, that for me is way too fine. It's way, way, way too thin.
Yeah.
But it's all about personal preference on that. So that's where that thing is. So I'll pop that over there. And let's get back to what we're here for. Albatros, get your fish, Albatros. The thing is, though, when you say Centurion, all I can think of is bigger, thicker.
Yes.
And incontinentia buttocks. So, yeah, this is where I am on this. Again, I've got to re-drill the holes in there because I've had to do those 3 times because it's been a pain.
Yeah.
Rescore a line there, clean that off and rescore there. And then put some more decals on. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Just rescoring lines, panel lines, cleaning up, and then putting some decals on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's looking okay. Still got a bit of a seam there, which keeps coming back for some reason. Everything else is looking good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today. What about you, Mikey?
Well, meaning me and thee, I'm going to, again, be scoring some lines, adding the little bits I've missed, like trying to add those little control bits there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just doing that. And also, that's the bit I made last week. So I've got to blend that in a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. That's my plan for today. Now we're going to go through his comments because there's quite a few of them. Tiff says, "Morning, guys. I'll do my best to be in the stream. However, I'm traveling to Scotland."
Oh, very nice. Are you taking your puppy? Yeah, you came up in my timeline as suggested friends, Tiff. So I did a bit of a sneaky peek. You've got a greyhound. Love those dogs. We had a lurcher. She was beautiful. But hey, sorry, I digress. Sorry.
Both me and you said no problems with a smiley face. Jim says, "Good morning, all." Morning, Jim.
Morning, Jim.
Jim says, "Time my morning coffee and Tim Tam Slam." Tiff says, "Morning, Jim. Just got on the train. Delayed due to someone being hit by a train this morning."
Oh no!
I hope they watched it afterwards.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit gnarly, wouldn't it, coming into the station?
Just a
bit. Steve says, "Hi, everyone." Hello, Steve.
Morning, Steve.
Tiff says, "Hey, Steve. One for you. Steff, the background music on your cauldron videos are an interesting combination."
Thank you.
You'll see why he says that in a second.
All right.
Mr. Morris from Friends of Mods Hero says, now then.
Hey up, sausage boy.
Jim says, USMC theme and what I guess is French background music.
Yes, it is. The reason for the USMC theme is, as armourers in the Air Force, we sang a certain song to that music. And I can't repeat it because it's highly rude and offensive nowadays. But just do a YouTube search for RAF Armourers song. And it begins, we have a certain reputation. It's highly rude and crude. It's NSFW, not suitable for work. It's not suitable for anything now, but hey, yeah.
Do you know what the original marching song for the Remy was?
Nope.
Hi Ho.
Why does that not surprise me?
Well, they had that for a few years, and then they realised that it was the wrong pace. So it was causing everyone to go out of step all the time. So they changed it then to Lily Bolero, which was the correct pacing for it.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
It's actually quite a nice song. Tiff says, friends of Mole's Heroes, wave. Jim says, good morning, Tiffany. Safe travels to you. Tiff says, thanks, Jim. Jim says, Albatros. Chalky says, reporting for duty. Sorry I'm late, gents. The internet was out till just now. No problems, Chalky. You've not missed much.
Nope, you're not missed a lot at all, Chalky. Nice to have you here.
Tiff says, you're not that late, Chalky. And he's just said, repeating himself. Steve says, the ICM kit is stressing me out so much that the wife said, just throw it in the bin. I'll give you what it costs.
Which ICM?
It's the Kodiak or something, whatever it's called.
All right.
The armored troop car thing.
Yeah.
Well, I've said to him that ICM's slightly more advanced, so it might be a better idea that he just puts ICM to one side and then focus on something like Tamir whilst he's getting used to modelling and things.
Yeah, Tamir or FX. Yeah. Simple ones. Start simple.
Yeah.
And what you've got to realise is those simple ones, the fit is going to be a bit of an issue, but it's just getting used to making models and fiddling with small things. I'm used to that.
Yeah.
That's
what she said.
Yeah.
Chalky says, Tiff, hi Hen, my internet keeps coming and going, so if I don't respond, that's why. Not a problem. Friends of my hospital says, Steff getting jiggy with it.
Oh, yes.
Tiff says, my internet is spotty too, Chalky. The Wi-Fi on the train is crap.
Oh, yes, they're always crap.
I haven't been on trains since I was a teenager, I don't think. Jim says, Steve T, good morning. Take some time away from the model. Do something else for a couple of days. Good advice.
Yep.
I mean, to be honest, I think last time I went on a train, I don't even think Wi-Fi was a thing. I think we still had dial-up broadband. Or dial-up internet. They just brought broadband in. Chalky, where you off to, pet? Tiff, Sonic's place for the weekend. Chalky, nice. Kieran, morning. Morning, Kieran.
Morning.
Tiff said, morning, Kieran. Kieran said, morning, Tiff. Jim says, Steff, the French accordion music is very topical. In my mind's eye, I see a silent film from World War I era. That's the idea.
Yep. That's completely the idea. The music I put, I probably spend a lot of time, probably 2-3 hours, when I do a new build, looking for the right music.
Yeah.
Because I always put music in mind that is relevant to what I'm building. So if I was building this, it would be something German. So probably Wagner or something like that, but very Germanic style music.
Yeah.
For British, it will be sort of World War I music hall era type music.
Yeah.
When I build my cars, because I like doing rally cars, and I've done the Ford Escorts Mark 1 and 2. I use music from Top Gear, which was a track from probably one of my favorite groups called Propaganda in the 80s. They're a German band. Brilliant music. Absolutely love it. So yeah, I always do something that is relevant rather than just some random music, because you look at some people and you go, what's the relevance to that music if they actually use a music bed?
Yeah. A lot of times it doesn't fit, does it?
No, it doesn't fit at all. But always use a music bed because it adds that little bit of interest. And it, rather than just dead sound or no sound or silent, it's just like, oh, just sounds wrong.
Duke says, good day from Oz.
Morning, Duke.
Morning, Duke. And he says, that's where I'm up to on my Albatros, Steff.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Jim says, giving my Grant Tank full model track links a score of 91% isopropyl alcohol. They're going together very well, always worth the investment.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're very nice tracks. I've used them before.
I might get some metal tracks for the Tiger that I've got.
Yeah.
Because the Tiger, I want to have the Tiger droop in them.
Yeah.
Tiff says, I used to have a greyhound. He stayed with my ex when I escaped him. I missed that big lump. Yeah, she had a rough time with that.
Oh, bless. Sorry, I didn't bring up memories. Sorry.
Yeah. It's one of those ones where it's just get out whilst you can.
Yeah.
Steve says, last time I was on the train, they had smoker carriages. So when last time Gary, Friends of Models Heroes on the train, they still had coal engines.
Steam.
It's fired by coal, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Chalky says, bearded vet, I was looking at the grass applicators, but there are so many hints.
Ones that work.
They're a popular brand. Yeah. Email me after the show, Chalky, and I'll find one and send you a link.
Have a look on AliExpress. I got mine from AliExpress. If you're modeling, Chalky, don't buy from Amazon or eBay because they are really, really expensive. Go on to AliExpress. You will get them a damn sight cheaper. Okay, you got to wait for a week, 2 weeks. As long as you don't mind waiting, you will save pounds. What they do, as soon as they put modeler on an item, the price just goes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It increases by 3 times.
You know what he wants it for, don't you?
What?
To do that paddy fill you suggested.
Oh, cool.
He's actually started it.
Excellent. Right. Paddy field. Also, paintbrush.
Yeah.
Snip those. They make great reeds.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I've got a paintbrush that I'm halfway through chopping up that I use. So, yeah.
Jim says, Steff, in regards to the cauldron rigging, more power to you, mate. Looks to be a long project.
It is, but I enjoy sitting and doing rigging. What I'll probably do is the rest of it I'll take inside and sit and do in front of the telly, because I just sit there and rig and look down, listen to the telly, and just generally do that while the bird, she's doing a hurdy-gurdy at the moment.
Ew.
For one, you know those wooden things from Roker, ROKR. She built a lot of those from Roker and Rolife and all that lot. So yeah. It's like, oh my god, she's doing that, so I may as well do something.
Yeah, why not? Duke says, I used to race greyhounds. I never won. Ha ha.
Ha ha ha. He's here all week. Try the meal, but don't forget, tip the waitress.
Tiff says, it's okay, Steff. It's been just over a year now. Mikey's right. It was get out when I could. Hopefully one day I'll have a greyhound of my own.
Cool.
And that's finally caught up with the comments after 25 minutes. Oh, dear me. That's part of the fun, isn't it?
Yeah, now we can get on with some work.
You didn't have to wait for me.
Oh, yeah. It's
very kind of you to do that. Didn't have to.
I know I didn't.
Oh,
but that's the type of guy I am.
Oh, mate. That's what I'm looking for. I made some sprue goo.
Yay! How'd you find it?
I haven't used it yet. I'm going to use it now for the first time. This could be interesting. Oh my god. It's ended up in fairly thick. But that's fine because I can always sand it down.
Yeah. I always make it a little bit thick. As you say, if it's thicker, you can always knock it back.
Yeah.
But if it's too thin, you end up applying 3 or 4 bloody applications, and it's learning how it should be.
You're gonna love this one. I'm not laughing at you. Jim says, Duke, good morning to you. Pardon me, evening for Australia. Chalky says, Steff, I can't use AliExpress because I'm an enemy of the Chinese state for calling their leader Winnie the Pooh online. Steve says, I've never built a Roden kit. Would you say they're generally beginner friendly or advanced on it? I would not say they're beginner friendly.
No, Rodent are not beginner friendly.
For beginners, mate, you're better off, like we said before, Smear, Airfix. Yeah, Smear, Airfix, possibly Revell at a stretch, and maybe Rubicon or something like that.
Oh yeah, Rubicon are a good one.
Yeah.
Also, Mojo Builder is something like the Meng Eggplanes or the Toon Tanks.
Yeah.
They are brilliant for just re-kicking in your mojo.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like the ultimate beginner models are Tamir, aren't they? Because you can literally just put them in a box and
yeah, put them in a box, chuck some glue in, and give it a shake, and they come out made. Not really. Don't. No, not really. Not really. It's just that's just a phrase we have.
I think one day they're going to make a kit that actually does that, just for a laugh. I wonder if Mr. Morris is still watching. Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll let us know if he is.
Yeah. He's good like that, is our Gary. That Delta video did done well.
Say again.
That video I did about the Delta. The Delta kit. Just over 9.2 thousand views.
The thing is, though, you got to convert those into subscribers.
Well, my subscribers have gone up since Gary Evans did that shout out. My subscribe and then that video on top. My subscribers have gone up from 78 to 380 or something.
Nice.
It's not doing too bad.
No, not doing too bad at all, matey.
Chalky is laughing and rolling round by the look of it. Jim, that is. Did I say it was Jim? Oh. Duke said, "Good day, Jim." And Jim says, "Steff, will you rig the cauldron in sub-assemblies or build it and then wire it?"
Right, give me a second. I'll show you what I'm doing. Right, where are we? Pop that there.
That is an excellent question, Jim.
Right, so I need that bit. So I can get into my box. Right, so what I've done is I've pre-wired the ones on here on the arms. And just pop us on full screen.
I certainly can.
Thank you. So I've pre-wired those. This one at the back goes to part of the frame. These 3 at the front go to the frame as well. There's a couple of rigging eyes there and there on both ones. This is the upper wing. I've done all the eyes. Can you see
the eyes have it?
Yep, the eyes have it. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 32 eyes on there. So I've got 32 lines to go to there. Plus, I've done all the lacing there and there. These things attach to there, like so. And then, as you saw before, the main board,
a parcel.
You've got all that lot that's been pre-rigged. So I will finish off pre-rigging this, then glue the top wing on, leave that to set. Then once that's done, I will then rig the front sections and the back sections up to it. What I normally do is I start off in the middle and do in the middle, then I go to those 2 and then the outboard ones. So then you keep it nice and steady, so you don't have it so it's you're putting a strain on one side rather than the other. These front ones, because they've got a rigging line through the middle of them, I've glued there, tight there, but this can move, so I've got some movement in it. So when I glue it all together, it allows a bit of movement. So yeah, that's how I will do it. Just in separate parts, just rig bits and then put them all together and then finish off the rigging and do all the rest. So not sure how long that'll take me. It's taken me 4 hours to do up to where I am so far, and I'm only up to there. So I've got the rest of this lot to rig. So I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to rig.
Nice.
So yeah, it's all good fun.
Cool. And guess what? I've just had a delivery from the Scale Model Shop.
What you got?
Wow. If I could remember, I'd tell you.
I can tell you what it is.
Yeah, you got gone. This ain't go away.
Else.
Oh,
What was it? The decals.
No.
Why?
Ration packs
oh, cool.
to go on a Centurion.
Yeah,
And some beer bottles for my Australian soldiers.
nice.
What else? Cool. I like
So that's going to be fun.
that.
That was all right. That was only 18 quid.
Oh, cool.
And you get deep rust, eroding dark rust, eroding light rust, orange marks, yellow marks, and clear remover.
Oh, it's a piece.
How much was that?
That £18.
Should have spent a tenner on that.
Yeah.
Dirty Dan Rust. That is talent in a bottle. Yeah, I need another pot because that is starting to run out rapidly. This is brilliant stuff. I absolutely love this.
I don't know if it'll focus on them.
Oh, cool.
It doesn't like it, does it? See if I can get it to focus. It might be on manual focus. There you go. 135 beer bottles.
Nice. Bit
And plenty of green sprue to make stuff out of later.
Oh, yes.
Which is what I like. I like the printing on these wrap packs as well.
Yeah.
Come on, focus. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's going to be a pain to cut out, but yeah. Should work well. And I got some books coming as well. But I think they'll be later in next week or something.
Yeah.
We've got more chat. Duke says, Jim, I envy your Tim Tam Slam. Steve, Jim, how's your model coming? And are there many images online I can see? Jim says, friends and models for heroes. Good morning, Gary. General Melchett was one of my favourite characters on the Go Forth series. Hey. Chalky says, I can't even see that rigging. Can you tell I'm not a fisherman?
Yeah.
This says, another package, Mikey. Jeez. Jim says, Steff, I can relate to enjoying detail work like rigging the cauldron. It had a lot of details and battle damage to most of my AFVs and enjoy the process immensely. I want to see some of these models that you're building, Jim. Jim says, bigger stickers.
Incontinentia buttocks.
Wadderwick. Chalky says, I just made my own rust pigments for the wrinkly tin roof on the paddy field shack. Cool. Excellent. Right. Oh, God. My head's bloody hurting this way.
Yeah, you're right, mate.
Yeah. Just woke up with a bit of a headache. I think I'm just dehydrated.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a lot. I'm drinking a lot more water lately.
You're diabetic, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yep, you will do. Diabetes. When I was diabetic, I still am.
Yeah.
But I used to drink a hell of a lot of water.
Yeah. I think it's because I haven't had coffee this morning either. Yeah. I'm drinking a lot of water now.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, you wouldn't think I had 9 hours sleep last night.
Oh, good Lord. Ah! Absolutely cocked that up.
Calm down, Doris. Tish says she uses chalk pastels for weathering powders.
Yep. You and me both, Tiff.
Jim says, yes, Mikey, I must get my work out there for all of you fellow modelers to see. Well, you got Instagram, you got Facebook, and you got Discord. If you let me know which one you want to use, I'll happily add you on any of them. Jim says, Duke, I found Tim Tams at a local grocery store. Totally surprised me when I saw them on the shelf. Discord seems best for me. Cool. I shall. I haven't got my Discord open. Hang on. I shall put a Discord link in the chat for my Discord server. Oh, stupid thing. Bear with me, caller. Not that one. That one. Right. Copy. And then. Right. There you go. There's the link to my Discord server. If anyone wants to join it, feel free. It's all about scale modelling and just generally having a laugh. I'm winding Mr. Childs up about biscuits. Yeah, that turned into a thing yesterday, Steph.
Oh, good Lord.
Someone decided to bring up the topic of biscuits, and everyone started saying how they preferred other biscuits to Hobnobs. And it ended up with a big long debate about which biscuits were best. And a certain moderator was partially responsible for this debate. Sorry about that. The wife came in. She was looking in a bag, and it was all making a lot of noise. So I muted
That's
it.
all right.
Yeah. So yeah, I've put the Discord link in there. If you want to join. I've got a couple of different channels on my server. One's just for general chit chat. I've got a creative showroom, which is where you can put your models or drawings or whatever you want to put in there. And we've got voice chat as well on video. So we do that and video chat now and again. Oh, I've seen what it's doing now.
You've just gone weird, Mikey. Oh, Mikey's just disappeared. He's frozen. Right, while he's frozen, let's catch up with the chat. So, Tiffany's giggling. Steve T says, unfortunately, I closed my Facebook account a couple of days ago, so I'm not on there now. I just got stressed with the crap I was getting and constantly friend requests of people I didn't know.
That's why you set your profile to hidden.
Yeah.
So then only the people you want to add get added.
Yep. There you go. You can carry on.
Yeah. Tiff says, I did not start it. Yeah. What I was saying before internet got very rude and decided to make me go all weird is whenever I comment something in the chat, it's comments putting the same thing as you as well.
Yeah, because it posts from both of us.
Yeah. Steve says, get on Discord, Jim. Let's see your stuff. That sounds so wrong. Tiff says, Steve, you can change the settings for who can send you friend requests on Facebook. You certainly can. I've got mine set to hidden. So unless I want to add you, you won't find me. Chalky says, I don't do social media. It's all crap. I can keep in touch and share photos through email. You can indeed.
Yep.
But it's a bit hard to have a group discussion and FaceTime when you're doing it through email. Steve says, crap. I wish I knew that before. You can still recover your account, Steve, and then just change the settings. If you sign back into your account, it'll restore it. And then you just go into the settings and change the privacy settings. Tiff says, you might be able to recover your account. You have a certain amount of days to do it. Just try and log on. Yeah, I think it's something like 30 days or something. Or something like that. Steve says, it only sounds wrong because you have a dirty mind, Mikey. Yes. Dirty mind that hurts at the minute. Jim says, setting up Discord right now. Excellent. Steve says, I'll try that. Thank you. You're welcome. Right, what was I going to do on my Albatros? So I've put some of that sprue. Use as a sort of filler. And then I'll sand it down a bit better. Kind of looks like a really bad chest infection's coughed up on it, but it'll be all right. It's because I used Meng sprue to make it. That lovely Meng phlegmy colour.
Oh yeah.
But it means it stands out and I know where I need to sand. Right, 21A. Tiffany has just arrived in Scotland. Don't forget your kilt. And try to catch us a haggis, won't you?
Oh yes, we need a haggis.
Yes. We're in the cadets. We went to do a camp at Lossiemouth. And there's a lad from our squadron, and we actually had him convinced that haggises were large hares, and that if he looked hard enough, he'd be able to see them in the fields at night. So he was absolutely convinced, and every time we went out on an exercise or hike or whatever, he would actually be there looking for haggises, wild haggis. So when they were doing the paper plate awards at the end of the camp, they actually got him a tin of haggis. Tish says, I'm not fast enough to catch one of their slippery little buggers. What, haggises or Scotsmen? When I was a teenager, me and my dad both worked in the same hotel as barman. At slightly different times, but we worked at the same hotel. And obviously you'd have to do like weddings and parties there and stuff like that. And my dad said it always used to make him laugh when he had Scottish parties there because they'd always end up in a fight. And as you'd be stood at the bar, and all you see is a load of blokes fighting and a load of kilts flying up in the air. And you just see the women all stood there like leaning, watching to see if they can see anything.
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, that's why I can't find it, because Teddy's hiding it.
Teddy?
No, I've absolutely bollocks these three scores. So, out with Sprugoo.
I've got a Taz. Oh, no, I don't Sprugoo for that. Yeah. I've got Taz behind me.
Cool.
On my shelf, I've got the Teddy that my dad got me when I was first born.
Oh, mate, that's cool.
And he still looks brand new. It's just he's missing his hat and scarf now. It's a beautiful little white teddy bear.
I'll get it sorted then.
And it's still pure white as well, with red ears and things. Oh no, he's still got his scarf. There you go. It's snowy.
Cool. He's cute.
Lovely and white and fluffy. 36-year-old teddy bear. Apparently both are slippery. Does anyone have any questions for either of us?
Mm-hmm.
Tiff says, "Gotta go. Much love to you all. See you later, Tiff.
Yep. Take care, Tiff. Have a nice time.
Give Sonic a big hug from me."
I have to leave that to dry now.
That's trying. So, oops. Usually best not to slam your model down on the table.
Those been all cleaned up. Ugh.
Duke says, "What tape are you using for scribing, Steph?
What?
Tape are you using?"
Dymo tape.
Ah.
Lengthen. Take out what I need. Snip the bit I need. Then I cut it in half down the length. And then that gives me 2 straight edges rather than wasting one whole chunk. So yeah, I use Dymo tape because it's nice and thick and solid. And it gives you something to rest against for doing straight lines.
Yeah. He said he's heard that's good.
Cool. Helps me. Anything that can help me, I will use.
Yes. Do you know what? I love how solid this model feels now that it's the fuselage together.
Yeah.
Compared to how flexible and fragile it felt when it was before it was assembled.
Mm. Yeah, it is a bit of a chunk, isn't it?
Hmm. It's good. Yeah. That looks a bit better.
Get some cleanup on these elevators.
Mm. How much have you got to do in terms of painting stuff?
Say again.
How much have you got to do in terms of painting?
The whole lot.
All right. So is that just like a primer coat, is it?
Yeah. What I do is I do obviously seems how I think I am.
Yeah.
How I think I am. Up to this, I do my seams, and where I think I'm all right.
Yeah.
Then I give all my seams a coat of primer.
Yeah.
And what that does, that highlights any seams that I need to sort out.
Yeah.
Then I just keep doing that until I've got my seams sorted.
Yeah.
And then give it a coat of grey primer.
Yeah.
Then what I'll do is I will then give all the parts, so where the struts would be and where the struts underneath the canvas would be, do all that in mahogany.
Yeah.
Then because this white has got such a great coverage, I
Yeah.
will probably use this white as the white in the model.
Yeah.
Then once the white is done, I'll then give it a matte coat, a matte varnish, so
Yeah.
to protect what I've already done. Then mask it off and do the red.
Yeah. So I'm quite lucky because I don't have white or red to paint.
Yeah, I've gone for the most awkward, two awkwardest colours to paint.
Yes. You certainly have. Steve says, does anyone else cross out each section of the instructions with a pen when you've done that step? Or is it just me who's stupid like that? No, that's a very sensible thing to do. What I do is I cross it out, and then any bits that I'm missing out until later, I circle them with a highlighter.
Yep. And then what I do is when I finish the page, both sides of the page, I turn the corner.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I do.
It's not daft. It's a very sensible idea. Jim says, hi, Mike. I'm on Discord now, I think. I shall have a look now, buddy. Yes, you certainly are, mate. I've just said hello to you.
What are you up to this afternoon, Mike? Anything?
I don't know. I've been struggling a little bit the last couple of days with my blood sugars, so I'm not too sure. I think again it's about why I've got a headache. I've got some dinner, and then I might do some more work on Centurion, or I may spend some time with the wife because I think she needs a bit of support at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then tomorrow we've got the Saturday Club, so I'll probably be working on either my B17 or my Centurion. In fact, I might work on B17 tomorrow. That should be fun.
How's that coming along?
I've left it for the last few weeks because I primed it, but the way I primed it, I did it with black primer, but I only put a very thin coat on most of it, and then where I want the metalwork to stand out most, I put extra darker streaks and layers on it of primer.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so the panels have got slightly different because it's going to be aluminium because it's the polished aluminium one.
Yeah.
So I didn't want it all just looking like a flat aluminium color.
Pre-shading.
Yes.
If anybody's near Milton Keynes tomorrow, come to the Milton Keynes Model Show, Oakwell School. Come and say hi. Me, the wife, and Mr. Mayfield are there.
And yes, Jim, you are certainly in the server now because everyone's saying hello to you. Tish says, just you, Steve. I never do that just in case I need to go back and double check. It's not just Steve, though. As we already said, me and Steff both do it. It's not saying everyone has to do it or everyone needs to do it.
What's that?
It's just a way of keeping track, especially once you get into the more complicated models.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's something I have always done.
Yeah.
Because I end up losing where I am and what I've done, and it's really frustrating. So, yeah.
Well, this thing, especially with vehicle models, the instructions might tell you to build it in a certain order, but it quite often works out that you're better off leaving one bit until later on.
Yeah.
So you know that if a bit hasn't been ticked, you know there's something missing off that section. You need to. And by circling it, you know what that section is, what that bit is.
Yeah. And as Mike said earlier, highlight it.
Yeah. See, not just a daft. Well, I say youngster, I'm nearly bloody 40.
Hey, just wait till you're Mr. Morris's age.
As I like to remind Mr. Morris, he's only a year older than my dad. And their birthdays were even in the same month. Jim says, Centurion, bigger stickers.
Incontinentia buttock.
Steve says, Mikey, how do you deal with working on so many kits at the same time? Doing more than one at a time would melt my brain. I was the same when I first started, buddy. Once you get used to modeling, it's a little bit easier because you can just do what you need to on one day, put that to one side, and then do it on the other. And you're able to keep track, again, by marking your instruction booklets and things. So you know where you're up to. Which is another reason why we do it, because we're making multiple complicated models at the same time. It also, because I'm doing live streams, I have set days where I need to put stuff, whatever I'm working on, to one side. And then I focus on doing the one kit, like today's the Albatros. So that's what I'll work on for today. And then tomorrow I'll go on to the B-17. And then after that, I'll probably work on Centurion until next Thursday. Oh, no, there's no live next Thursday. Lads are on holiday. Yeah. Unless I do a live stream on my own on Thursday. And just do a random model. Just so it keeps the algorithm happy.
No, don't start another one.
No, I mean just working on one of the ones I've already started. Because Centurion I work on in my own time.
Yeah.
I got Rommel to finish painting. Yeah. And the rest are for group builds. But they're all now, they're getting to the stage where they're either in painting or detailing. So they're all coming along. Well, that is, I think that's probably the biggest reason why I'm able to do it is because I mark my instruction books. So I'm able to keep track of where I'm up to.
Yeah. Oh, I've got multiple builds. I've got about 7 or 8 builds on the go.
Yeah. Well, we've got Mr. Mayfield, haven't we? He's the serial starter. Kieran says, I mark decaling diagrams with ones I've done, but also have a notebook and scribble stuff down in it as I build it. Or if I need to remember something, paint, mix ratios, extra details, etc. Oh my god, this brain thing's muddling my head. Right, yeah. Extra detailing to do. Yeah. If you're on Instagram, do go and check out Kieran's channel, which is PTZKTZ. It shows his models, and they are absolutely excellent. He's also on my Discord channel.
Cool. I will go and check him out.
Yeah, he's got some lovely work on there. Mine's easy to find. It's just Bearded Veteran Create, same as Facebook and Discord. Kieran says, thanks, Mikey. You're most welcome, buddy. Happy to shout out anyone whose work I like. Right, Friends and Moles for Heroes says, right, guys, stupid question from a stupid person, i.e. me, meaning Gary Morris. When building diorama, building out of foam and wood, like my 135 farmhouse, is it okay to use super glue to fix wood to foam? No. Well, foam board you can, but not
yes,
foam.
it is. You can get foam safe super glue.
Yeah. But he's on about normal super glue.
Not the foam, no. But
because
the
that
wood,
was an exothermic reaction.
Yeah.
That's when you start getting smoke coming up from your model. This is always fun. Jim says, being on the cusp of turning 60, I will think about my age whilst I am on my 35-mile bike ride this coming weekend.
Oh,
Jesus.
you bloody fool.
That sounds far too much like exercise. What are you playing at?
He sounds like one of those fitness freaks.
Yeah, it's far too much like exercise for me. Because if I get off the chair wrong now, my bloody back goes. Friends of Moles Hill says, white glue it is then. Thanks. Yeah, white glue's awesome for doing it. For gluing foam and stuff.
When you use white foam, Gary, white glue, make sure you get all over it.
Yeah.
Because if you leave air gaps, it will lift.
Yeah. Quite right, old boy. Quite right.
Mm-hmm. And what I tend to do is I tend to thin it out a bit with water. And that allows you to spread it out a lot more. It goes a lot further.
I didn't know that came apart.
You do now.
There's only a cheap one as well. Apparently, you can replace the nibs in it.
And
Scriber.
all right, cool.
I think it only costs like £2 in Prowl Shop, doesn't it? Does the job nicely.
Excellent.
Gary says, thanks, Steff. I will do just that.
Cool. You're welcome.
Yeah. And Gary's been putting some videos up on the Friends of Moz Heroes YouTube channel.
Cool.
Yeah, he did He's done a kit review of the beer barrel Spitfire that we'll be doing on our next Thursday lives when we finish the Whippet. He's also done a review of the 172 tank transporter that he's working on from TACOM. He's done some other videos.
Nice.
Getting quite adept at it, to be fair to me.
Cool. Not bad for an old fart.
You know you're old when you're going on a Warner holiday.
What?
Chalky says, and I'm back in the room. Good to see you the right side of the border. I think he's referring to Tiff there.
Mm-hmm.
Steve says, I hope you do that stream yourself next week. There. Come on, brain. I hope you do that stream yourself next week, Mikey. I'd certainly watch no matter what you're working on. Oh, cheers, buddy. Yeah, I might do that. Keep the algorithms happy and get to speak to all you guys. Not sure what I'll work on, but it'll be a surprise.
It keeps him out of trouble.
Yeah. Friends of Mars Heroes, Gary, says, just need my PC back and I can start pumping them out again. That sounds so wrong. Especially when I know the story about what you said to the computer engineer.
He wasn't watching the P word again, was he?
No, his daughter took him to the computer shop and to take his computer in, and his computer tower is a bright orange one. And the member of staff at the till said to him, well, that's a really nice colour. And Gary said, yeah, but it's really sticky. So his daughter started laughing, and then he tried to explain it by saying, I do a lot of spraying in my man cave.
Yeah, he should have just shut up.
Mrs. just re-hurt her foot.
Oh, good Lord.
She snapped the tendons down the side of her foot last week.
Yeah.
And she just come down the stairs wrong and hurt it again. What you like? Yeah. Jim says, would love to cycle throughout the UK, France, Belgium, Germany, etc. Take a rubber dinghy with you. You'll have no problems. Jim says, I echo what Steve just said, Mikey. What did I just say? Was that about marking the document, marking your instructions? Or what? Yeah,
Very good question. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it must be. Yeah, marking the instructions and doing multiple models at the same time.
Probably.
Yeah. Gary says, one veteran talks to himself. The Senile Veteran Podcast. Duke says, do you guys have liquid nails? A construction adhesive. You can use a water-based one to use on foam. Just put something heavy on top for a few hours or even overnight.
What I tend to use is Gorilla Clear. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Chalky says, keep digging, friends and moles for heroes. Oh, Jim was saying about me doing a solo show next Thursday. Gotcha. Yeah, okay, I'll do that then. That's not a problem. Like I said, it keeps the algorithm happy because it'll be consistent then. Consistent output. Not a problem. If anyone wants to join, in fact, that's what I might do. I might do where I talk and people can come up if they want to. Or I do the show, but people can come up and join me on the panel if they want to. You wouldn't have to come on camera. You can just come and talk if you want. How does that sound?
What time do you do it?
10 o'clock on a Thursday.
Till
12, normally.
Ooh, I might be tempted because my face-to-face isn't till 1 o'clock.
Yeah, well, you're more than welcome. What I'll do is I'll put the link to come up on the panel in the chat. So if people want to come up, they can do.
Okay.
Be nice to get to talk to some of the guys some of our regulars.
Yeah.
Gary says, Chalky, it's a story of my life. Yes. He's always saying something wrong and then realizing what he said. That's why we love our Gary.
Right, time for a cup of tea. Do you want to drink, Mikey?
Yeah, go on. I'll have a bit.
Kylie!
Kaylee, not Kylie.
Oh.
My nan used to call her that. I think we were together. We've been married 2-3 years before she actually started calling her Kaylee.
Huh?
Bless her. I'm always saying something wrong, but I usually do it on purpose. Anyway, Kylie is on her way to Hawaii. Yes. Oh, shit. So, yeah. Who would be up for joining me on the panel next week? Like I said, you don't have to go on camera like we do, or you don't have to show your model working like that, like we've got in a minute. If you want to just leave it blank and just talk, you can do. Or you can just show us you working. Entirely up to you. Jim says, just send some models on Discord. Excellent. I shall have a look at them after the show, buddy. And Camion, excellent. Awesome. Be glad to have you. Be nice to talk to you at last. Friends of Mars Hero, get Modmin on. Yes, if she's available, that is. Because Modmin is in Scotland currently. She's just arrived. So there's no knowing what she will be doing for the next week or so. Jim says, I'll be happy to show my small, smiling, bald face too. Don't worry about that, Jim. My dad's bald. I'm probably going bald at some point. Gary's pretty much bald. He's bald to the extent you can't see what little hair he's got on camera. So yeah. Feel no shame, man. Be proud of your baldness. Modmin will be busy. Ooh. She's on a promise. Chalky says, I can't. I have a face for radio and a voice for Prince. Mate, if you want to join on air, you're more than welcome. Oh, Skelly's in. Afternoon, boys, and chat. Are we all well? I'm looking forward to a long weekend. Skelly, nice to have you in, mate. We were just talking about what we're doing next Thursday because, as you know, Mr. Morris and Mr. Marley are both on their holidays next Thursday. So, due to popular demand, I will be doing a show on my own next Thursday morning. Just making a random model, not necessarily making a whippet, because that's the group build. And what I said I'll do is I'll put the link to join the panel in the chat. And if people want to come up and join me on the panel, they're more than welcome to. They can build whatever model they want. They can show the face. They can not show the face. You can just chat. So if you wanted to join in, you'd be more than welcome. Tiffany says, you're late, Dave. Gary says, I will have you know I had a haircut yesterday. So you got even less hair. Excellent. Jim says, we'll wear my Heisenberg pork pie hat too. Oh, nice. I'll wear my flat cap. I do like my flat caps. Yeah. Don't put yourself down, Chalky. You're a nice bloke. That's all that matters. If anything more than personality mattered, I'd be screwed, mate. I certainly wouldn't be married. Very fortunate to be married to the woman I've got. Bless her. And where do I get one of those personality things? You get it from the Storm, and it comes on the 1033, mate. You get it on Flick. Ooh, slipped. At least get yourself on Discord, Chalky, so we can have an natter. I want to see some of your work. I think Discord's quite a good place for that, because even if you're not confident enough to show your work to the public, for fear of Rivet counters and assholes, then Discord's a great place for doing it. Because you can find a group that you trust and people are going to be supportive and share them in there. He's back.
I am.
So you'd be pleased to know, Jim said he's happy to come on the live next Thursday with me.
Oi!
Yeah. Chalky's going to get Tiff to take some pictures of his models that he's made. For this.
Cool.
Excellent. Can't wait to see him. Did he get a cup of tea?
Aye, that I did, lad.
Aye, good. Yeah. Chalky said that he has a face for radio and a voice for print. Ooh, we're up to 10.
Yep, cool. Hello, 10.
Hello, 10 people. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Especially if you haven't subscribed to Steff. Subscribe to the Budget Modeler.
Or Mikey's.
Yeah, you can subscribe to me if you like. You don't have to. It's up to you. I wouldn't blame you. Dorkosaurus is in the house. He says, "Good morning, peoples." Good morning, Dorkosaurus.
Good morning, Mr. Saurus.
Ah, how do you know it's Mr.?
Presumptive.
You're assuming the gender of the dinosaur. Well, given my viewership is pretty much 100% male, then
So what about Tiff?
I said pretty much.
You said 100%.
Pretty much 100%. I think Tiff and Kay are the only ones that are female. Can I drop Steff's channel? Yeah, all right, we'll kick him off now. It's the Budget Modeler. Go on YouTube and look for the Budget Modeler. It's tell you what. Gary says, "Mikey, would you like to borrow my shovel?" Is there anything left after all the digging you've done? Let's have a look. Let's pull up YouTube. Budget Modeler. There you go. Type in Bud and it comes up. Link to the channel. Share channel. We've got 3 notifications on there as well. What's going on? Ooh, more new subscribers. Wonderful. All right. There is the link to Steff's channel.
Thank you, mate.
It's all right. You're more than welcome. Wouldn't have the confidence to do these lives if it hadn't been for you. So.
You're welcome.
Steve says, "So these Albatros aircraft, are you both planning on having them factory new, in service and dirty, or battle damaged?" Aircraft, World War I aircraft weren't in service and dirty.
Nope, because it didn't last that long.
Well, it's not just that, but you think about it. If the flying surfaces were dirty, the flying characteristics and aerodynamics were that bad anyway. Any amount of dirt would have they would barely got off the ground. Come on, camera. Yep. Yeah. They'd have been kept clean anyway, because as soon as they landed, the ground crew were cleaning and reloading and things.
Yep.
And you don't get much mud up in the sky.
Half the time they were cleaning blood off the cockpit anyway.
Well, yeah. Or patching bullet holes up with bits of tissue paper. Chalky says, thanks, bro. I'm useless with IT. Not a problem, dude. Not a problem. Chalky says, Steff, that's me subbed, my friend.
Oh, thank you very much, Chucky. Really appreciate that. It's awesome.
He's a good lad, Chalky.
Mm-hmm.
He's ex-army, so he must be a good one.
Oh, bless him.
Duke says, don't forget the castor oil all over the bottom of the plane.
Oh, no.
Chalky says, don't tell everyone I have an image to upkeep. Jim says, should I email you, Mikey, for next Thursday's show? You're on my Discord now, Jim, so I can inbox you with the link if you want. Just before the show starts. It's up to you. Or like I said, I'm going to put the link up in the chat anyway, so all you'd have to do is click on it. Yeah. However you want to do it, buddy. It's not a problem. Skelly says, anyone going to MK show tomorrow? Steff, you're going, aren't you?
Yep, I shall be there.
There we go. You get to see Steff again. Yay.
Mr. Skelly gets to see me at most shows.
Yeah.
Bless him.
Joe, that's one thing that makes me a little bit sad about living up here is we don't really have any shows in Wales or in the Northwest.
No. Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare, that is.
Yeah. Well, hey ho, such is life. This top cowling was all one piece, wasn't it? Because it's all the same colour.
Not sure.
Good question, well presented.
Yep.
Oh, actually, I know that bit was, yeah. Who knows? I'll have a look. Jim says, okay, Mikey, whatever you like. Not a problem. Gary says, Mikey, Telford ain't that far, bud. It's an hour and a half away. And it's not in Wales. That's my point. There's no model shows in North or Mid Wales, really. You get like the odd little village show or something, but that's about it.
Have you checked the IPMS website?
Yeah, they used to have Llandudno, the big show in Llandudno, but they don't do that anymore.
No?
No.
Oh, that's a bit of a bugger then.
Because they got Venue Cymru there, which is like a huge bloody indoor arena and everything. But they just don't do it there anymore. Which is a shame, because I think that would have been really good for Model of Heroes, because there's a lot of scale modelers in North Wales.
Yeah. Or you could start one.
I could, but I don't think I'd have the time, knowledge, or patience. Start a North Wales IPMS group. Steve says, I'd love to go to a model show, but I don't have any transport. And to be honest, there's nothing locally anyway. I don't know where you live, but yeah.
Which county do you live in, Steve?
Aye, that's a good way of doing it. Jim says, I sent a few model photos via Discord. Yeah, I'm going to have a look in a sec. Jim. Chalky says, Bearded Vet, Telford, not in Wales, is its saving grace. Yeah. It means you don't have to do 20 mile an hour to get there. Oh, that's going all Pete Tong, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, wow. What beautiful models. Steve's in Blackpool. There is actually a shop in Blackpool that's got an entire floor of just old models and miniatures and things. I can't remember where it is, but if you look on a channel called Chatabout, it's run by a guy I know called Martin Moyes, who's one of the volunteers from Models for Heroes. He did a video about it the other week when he went up there. It's really interesting, little, like quite a big shop. But it's like a family-owned business.
Cool.
And the museum's been there for because the top floor is like a scale modelling museum, and it's been there for something like 100 years or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Gary says, Chalky, there are only two good things about Telford: scale model world and the view in a rear view mirror as you leave. That's true. I've dated a woman there. They're crazy. Chalky says, how can you keep up to 20 when you're always travelling uphill? Very easily. Even North Wales police have said it's a ridiculous speed to try and keep to, so we're not going to prosecute unless you're doing over 26 mile an hour. So guess what everyone does?
26 miles an hour.
Yes. It's very, when they first brought it in, everyone was trying to stick, or a lot of people were trying to stick to the 20. Now nobody bothers worrying about it.
Whereabouts is that?
The whole of Wales.
You what?
Yeah.
The whole of Wales is now 20 miles an hour.
Well, they've made the blanket speed limit for built-up areas 20 mile an hour instead of 30.
Right. Okay.
So councils have to apply to have the roads put up to 30 instead of put down to 20.
Mm.
So, like our town, because even on the there's houses even on the main roads going in and out of our town. There's only the main road that goes past ours up to the main town. It's a mile long up a steep hill, which at one point had a railway line going next to it, which was the steepest self-drive railway in the world. Mm-hmm. As in, it was the steepest rail. It was that steep that if it had been any steeper, the locomotive would have had to have winches to help it up. And it goes for the bottom third, it's 20 mile an hour. Then it goes to 30 mile an hour, and then it goes back to 20 mile an hour for the steepest bit. And then on the other roads, it goes from 50 mile an hour down to 30, and then down to for like 400 meters, and then down to 20 for the whole town. And there's hardly ever been an accident in the town, like even at 30 mile an hour. So even the Welsh politicians now, except from the Welsh Labour politicians, all the other politicians saying it's ridiculous, we need to get rid of it.
Mm.
it's cost it's cost them over 30 million to put in place across the whole of Wales, but it's going to cost the Welsh economy 9 billion because it's crippling tourism and everything.
I bet it is. People won't come.
Yeah. And then they had the petition, and the petition had nearly 500,000 signatures on it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's the biggest petition in the Senate's history, and Welsh Labour still tried to ignore it.
Well, they can't, because once it hits so many numbers, they have to address it within your parliament thing. It's like anything that has over 250,000 signatures in England or the UK has to be addressed in Parliament.
Yeah.
So they're actually breaking the law.
Yeah. Well, they had a debate on it the other day in the Senate, and there's like 3 MSs that actually stood up and supported it. All the rest are saying we need to get rid of it. This is ridiculous. It's not. Even the data statistics have shown it's not saving lives, and it's increasing pollution. And these 3 Labour government MSs were like, no, it's not. No, it's not. That's not what I was shown. And they're like, well, every other agency is that. One of the MSs even stood up and said, well, the other data groups aren't experts. So the MS that was originally talking to stood up and said, so you're saying the AA, the RAC, and the ONS are not professional and expert bodies in the field of transport and statistics.
Oh dear.
Basically they're trying to ignore it and keep it, but the new transport secretary is sort of kind of listening, and he's at least looking into it and stuff. Because he said he went to a town not far from us, Buckley, which is where one of the trial places was.
Yeah.
And he said he couldn't find anyone that agreed with it. He said he might have found 1 or 2. He said, but there were people that were very old and didn't drive. He said everyone else, they agreed with it outside of hospitals and schools, but not as on every single road in the town. So, yeah, that was an interesting debate.
It was.
Yeah. So yeah, it even ended up with one of the MSs because all the North Wales MSs are all against it, because the ones that were supporting it are from Swansea and Cardiff. And what the North Wales and Mid Wales ones were saying was, you got to understand, Swansea and Cardiff are nothing like the rest of Wales.
No.
Swansea and Cardiff are large towns or cities.
Yeah.
So they're busy. You can't get over 20 mile an hour anyway. The rest of Wales is rural. We have got villages where you might have a mile between houses, and they're still being put to 20 mile an hour. So it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's for no other reason other than the fact that the road was 30. Because what the councils have done is, because the rules that the Welsh government laid out, Welsh Labour government laid out, they've said, well, as far as we understand it, any road that's 30 mile an hour and has street lights on it has to be reduced to 20. So we've reduced all the roads to 20 so that there's no confusion.
Unreal. Absolutely unreal.
Yeah. But it came up with an interesting moment where one from an MS that represents Prestatyn, which is about 14 miles from me, along the coast, he actually turned around to one of the regional MSs and said, because she said, that the different groups involved had meetings like Arriva and places like that. Had meetings and they decided that it's not having any effect on their business and stuff. And he stood up and said, "Well, no, that's incorrect because I spoke to Arriva this morning. I spoke to local councillors in the area this morning, and they've all said they're having a meeting and to talk about how they can get around these rules because it's destroying their business plans."
Oh my!
And they're
God.
having to cut bus routes and all sorts.
Yeah.
To go. And he said, but that's the difference between a regional and a regular MS. The regular MSs live in their constituency, so they actually get to find out what's happening instead of just going off hearsay.
But that's the thing, though. It's like MPs.
Yeah.
I think this is my personal opinion. I think MPs should live in their constituency.
Yes.
They should not be brought in from outside.
No.
If you don't live in the area that you are asking to be the MP for, then you should not be allowed to stand.
Yeah, totally agree.
It's like we had a by-election here, and ours was Peter Bone.
Yeah.
Now he got kicked out of Parliament for something that happened 10 years ago, but it was he said, she said.
Yeah.
So it was hearsay. Then he should never have been kicked out.
Yeah.
And the reason Peter Bone was kicked out by the party, I think he was on the verge of doing or saying something that would have upset the
order.
The little mandarins in their little ivory towers in Whitehall.
Yeah.
And they got rid of him.
Yeah.
And now we have somebody who lives in London is now our MP for Labour. Jen somebody or other. She said, "Oh, within 2 weeks we'll make sure this is done, that's done, the other's done." Cuckold's been happening. Nobody's seen it. She hasn't been around anywhere.
Yeah.
Nobody's seen her. Nobody knows what she's doing.
See, in contrast to that, our local MP, I mean, he lost the whip after a few months from Conservatives, but because of some should we say, apparent twisting of the truths by the media. But he's been an absolutely fantastic MP. He's worked on over 16,000 cases and everything over the last 4.5 years.
Yeah.
And we had this thing like this little village up the road from us that its entire population is 800 people, right? All that's there is 800 people with their houses, one little post office, a pub, and a corner shop, and that's it. Like a little village shop.
Yeah.
And there's a hotel just outside it, and the hotel owner was in talks with the government to get what's it called? Like they've done with Scampton with the certain group of people, put them in.
Oh yes.
He wanted to do that with the government, and they were going to put in over 400 fighting age men in there.
People.
No, all men.
No, let's just stop. We're not going to say words like that. So they were going to put people in there.
Right. Yeah. So, and it's right next to the village primary school.
No, you don't do that.
No. Literally, they were going to put half the population again into the village, and there's no infrastructure for that or anything.
No.
But he campaigned alongside the villagers and that because he grew up in that village to get it stopped, and he actually managed to do it as well.
Good lad.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't like people who rock the boat.
No. Steve says,
should we change that and let's go through the comments?
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Steve says, "Oh, I need to find that shop in Blackpool." Yeah, if you look on, like I said, the YouTube channel Chat About, there's a video about it on there. Jim says model shows are frequent across the US. Problem is proximity. Travel and lodging can get expensive depending on where a particular show is located.
Oh yeah.
That's another problem.
Mm.
Gary says politics again, and politicians are utter numpties. Very true.
God, yeah.
Chalky says 20 miles HR is a killer to motorbikes. 20 miles an hour is killer to motorbikes. And I don't drive cars, so I go 30 so I can get out of second gear. Yeah, I couldn't imagine riding 20 on my motorbike all the time. It'd have done my head in.
Mm.
To be honest, I probably didn't stick to 30 very well, let alone 20. Not that I would ever admit to speeding on this channel. Chalky says, Steff, totally agree to politicians having to live in their constituencies.
Yeah.
Chalky, you can't trust the news and stuff anymore. They're all bought and paid for by the government, especially here in Scotland. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Absolutely. And that brings us actually to just under 9 minutes left. Cool.
Yeah. Oh.
So, yeah. Got most of what I wanted to do done.
Not really, but I'm close enough for government work. Oh, idiot.
Oops, daisy slipped. Well, tell you what I did get the other day. I got some green and brown panel liner.
All right.
The Centurion. So that's. Wonder how that's going to turn out.
You do realise, Mikey, if you have a look on my channel in my tutorials, it shows you how to make your own panel liner.
Yeah.
And you can make any colour you want. You don't have to go out and buy the stuff. It's too bloody expensive, especially if you... I know what it's like to be on a budget.
Yeah.
I've been on a budget for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
It's frustrating because there's all that stuff out there. It's like, oh, I want that. No, I can't afford it. Okay. How can I afford it? Oh, this is how you make line. Oh, cool. There you go. So if there's anything you want to have a look on my channel first to see if I've done it. If I haven't, give me a shout and say, any idea how I do this?
Yeah.
Like, ooh, good idea. I will have a look at that. I'll put some up. But I don't mind spending the money on the models.
Yeah.
Because that's what I love. Yeah. I do take offense when they charge me 500% more for something that you can make on your own.
Yeah.
It's like
that's just blatantly ripping you off, isn't it?
Yeah, they're ripping you off. And it's like Tiffany was saying earlier on, chalk pastels, they are amazing for powders. And you can make your own colour. They mix. They mix brilliantly.
Ooh, Steve says, can I ask for an opinion on something, please? Of course you can, my man.
Yep, you've got 5 minutes.
Yep. So type fast. Type with the speed of 1,000 gazelles typing. That always used to make me laugh when I was on basic. Our the sergeant we had used to always say, run with the speed of 1,000 gazelles. And the first time he said it, I went, Sergeant, they'd run the same speed as one gazelle. It doesn't matter how many there are. And he just went, shut up and move. I thought, all right. Sorry, didn't mean to baffle you with logic there, Sergeant. Chalky says, I always try to make my own wherever possible because of budget.
Yep.
See, there's not that much that I want, and I don't most of the stuff I get is books.
Yeah. Oh, remind me, I need to talk to you at the end after the show.
Oh, what have I done?
You'll find out.
Oh dear. Ooh. Am I in trouble?
Oh, yes.
Wonderful.
You're always in trouble. You're a bloke.
Steve says, I have to spray the dashboard of this vehicle. It says black, but I'm unsure which would be best. Tamiya rubber black or Tamiya semi-gloss? I would say rubber black for a dashboard.
Yes. Always rubber black. Tamiya XF85, rubber black. It's not black, but at that scale, black doesn't look right.
Yeah. I would say rubber black or NATO black because it's got a slight grey hint.
Yep. Those two.
And then maybe, once it's tacky, maybe get some coarse sandpaper and just press it against it just to give it some little dimples and things.
Yeah.
Ooh. Jim says, had some jolly good fun on Discord. Look forward to visiting there again later. Excellent. Glad you have. Glad you enjoyed it, mate. You can pop on any time. We're usually on there. So, and if you see us in the voice chat, feel free to jump in that as well. Jim says, Mikey, the headmaster wants to see you after class.
Oh, hell yes.
Steve says, thank you. You're welcome.
Welcome.
Chalky says, and if I'm honest, I love trying to make things myself that engage my brain. My brain's not working as well as it used to.
Yep, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's starting to get me a little bit concerned, to be honest. Duke says, oh no, Mikey, a meeting without biscuits.
Yes, you don't bother sitting down and remember to bring your hat.
Yeah. Oh. It's 3 minutes to the hour. Shall we see what you've been up to?
Yep. So, got the decals on. Rescribed, cocked up. So I have to rescribe. So I've just filled it in with my sprue glue.
Yep.
That's been cleaned up. You can just see the areas that I've cleaned up that needed it. Rescribed, cocked up, rescribed, cocked up, rescribed, cocked up. So you can tell what I'm going to be working on for this one is my rescribing.
Yes.
I've never been good at rescribing. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to on this one.
Excellent.
What about you?
Me, little old me, I have put that little bit on top of the radiator, which connects to the coolant hose that goes to the engine. Oh, come on, you stupid camera. Focus. DIY superstores. There you go. No, it's gone. There we go.
Yay, nice.
Yeah, like that. And I sprue-gooed. Come on, you're really struggling today, aren't you? There you go. Sprue-gooed them bits. Fill them in a bit with sprue goo. And then I've rescribed all these panels.
Cool.
So
Nice job.
I particularly like these ones around the wooden, where the wood's going to be.
Yeah.
Stand out nice now. Yeah. So before we go, we got a comment off Jim. Had a great time as usual, mates. Love sharing model talk, good conversation and a few jokes. Look forward to doing this again next week. Be seeing you. All right, Jim. Hopefully see you on Discord.
Yep. Take care, Jim. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Time for the mug shots. There we go. Steve says, thanks, guys. See you next time. See you next time, Steve.
See you later, Steve.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to him. Subscribe to me. Yeah, me. And we hope we'll see you again next week.
Yep.
Bye for now.
Stay safe. Keep modeling.
So go.